Let this be your turning point. Let this be the light switch that goes on. Let this be the moment that you decide and know that your angels are with you all the time and you can experience it now.
Everyone can do this. You don't have to be gifted. You don't have to be special. It's something that's available to everybody. I'm seeing the feathers, I'm seeing the signs, I'm having these experiences. Often people are like, what are they trying to say? And it's actually them saying, hey, we want to be a bigger part of your life. If we can be in the same vibration as angels, we'll actually just attract them rather than ask them into our lives. The angel's ultimate purpose is to remind you of the love that you are and the love that you have come from.
See, one of my angels?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you been asking your angels for signs or asking for prayers and looking for miracles, but not receiving any messages? You're in the right place. Today, we're going to get answers to questions like, why can't I hear my angels? How do I know if my angels are trying to reach me? And what does it actually feel like when the connection opens? Welcome back to Dear Guides. I'm joined today by a beloved friend, someone who I've known for years, and he is one of the world's leading angel experts. His name is Kyle Gray. He's with us today, and he's going to teach you exactly how to connect to your angels. I want you to stick around to the end because Kyle's going to lead us in a guided practice to feel your angels now. Welcome to the show, Kyle.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you know the show. You've been watching the show. You've been experiencing the vibration that we create. You're all about raising your vibration.
Right.
And when you raise your vibration, that's when you can hear your spirit guides, your angels, your deceased loved ones.
Yes.
All of the energy beyond this physical experience.
Absolutely. You can raise your vibration, your frequency, just by changing how you think and how you feel. But I've also found that there is a loophole that the angels can get through. So if you're watching this and you might think, oh my goodness, I'm not in the best of places, there is a loophole your angels can get through. And you know that because when we reach rock bottom, sometimes we open up to the grace of God and angels can come through with that as well.
Okay, so there's a loophole for your angels to come through. You know, if you've been watching these shows, that Dear Guides is a experience of hearing from the experts and hearing from the guides. And you guys know that there's a group of entities that work specifically for the folks who watch this show. I see them as a golden light. And it's an energy and a presence that comes through for higher purpose for this crowd. Okay. So I always like to open with welcoming in the guidance of the highest truth and compassion, the entities of the highest light and purpose for the Dear Guides community. And then I want to hand it to you, Kyle, to bring in however you like to invoke your angels into this space today so we can really set that tone.
They're already here.
They're already here. So you don't even have to tune in. You're just like, they're with me. They're just with you always.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about that because I want people to recognize and understand that their angels are with them all the time.
Right. People will say, oh, I want to reach out to my angels. I want to connect with my angels. And so we have this idea, maybe from how we were brought up, that everything's all out there in heaven and we need to reach our prayers up to heaven. But actually, heaven is all around us. And it's not that the angels need to arrive with us. We actually need to arrive with them. We need to take ourselves out of the past or out of the future and into the present moment where they are waiting for us to arrive.
That's exactly what this entire episode is about. Everybody, listen, this is what the episode is about. It's about getting ourselves into that loophole and getting ourselves into the vibration where our angels can meet us. They're already here.
Right.
The spirit guides, angels, they're with us. They're around us. We're vibrating at a frequency that is not likened to theirs. And when we align our frequency with the angelic realm, then we can hear and receive.
We can receive.
Great.
And everyone can do this. You don't have to be gifted. You don't have to be special. You don't have to wear white. You know, it's something that's available to everybody.
Now, for somebody who's new to the show or even sort of interested in angels, but doesn't exactly know what an angel is and how that energy presents, in your terms, in your phrases, what is an angel?
Yeah, for me, an angel is just divine love in a personal form. And the best way for me to describe it is if you believe in a higher power or if you just believe in the universe, if you were to imagine that to be a gigantic big heart, every time the heart was to beat, the beat would be an angel. It is not separate from creation. It's actually an extension of creation's love. So I like to say angels are the heartbeats of God. But if universe feels better for you or spirit, it's just the heart beating and the beat reaching out to you in a personalized form.
The angel is the heart beating.
Yeah.
reaching out to you in a personalized form.
Yeah, because loads of people say to me, hey, why do you speak to angels rather than going to God directly? And I'll say, every time we get in touch with an angel, we are in direct connection and communion with the heart of God. There is no separation between them.
I've always felt, Kyle, that the angels are sort of like a bridge to God.
Right.
So the angels are the presence of the angels is there to guide us and direct us to think with the thoughts of love, think with the thoughts of God energy.
And the thing is, most people will have either like a traumatic experience with God or a feeling that they're not worthy of speaking to that directly. And the angel becomes the intercessor, the in-between,
Right.
helping us connect with that. And they're more personal and more within reach. And really, the angel's ultimate purpose is to remind you of the love that you are and the love that you have come from. And ultimately, the love that you've never left.
Yeah, the love that you've never left, the
Right.
God within you.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the difference between a spirit guide and an angel?
I think a spirit guide is generally a being that has lived on the earth and has life experience, where the angels, in most cases, but not all, have not had a physical incarnation. I've come to understand that children and babies that don't get to make it the full way on earth can become angels. And it's because they don't have an ego. They don't have any physical or material attachment. They're just from love. They return to love, and then they can become angels.
Do you think that my son, Owen,
100%.
is an angel? Oh my God, really?
And that's why you can't escape angels, because they want to be a bigger part of your world and your journey.
See, one of my angels?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't make me cry right now.
Yeah.
Too soon.
That was a moment that changed the whole thing for me, because every single angel expert that came before me would always say there's a distinction between the souls of a departed loved one and an angel. And this one time, this woman came to see me in my office in Glasgow when I used to see private clients. And as soon as she walked in, I could see two angels standing with her. And I said, "You've got two guardian angels here." And then I just fell, and I knew that one was her daughter. And I said, "One of them is your daughter." And she says, "Oh, really?" And I said, "Did you have a daughter that didn't make it the full way?" And she said, "Yes, I had a stillbirth." And I said, "Okay." I just kept hearing, my angel," over and over and over again. And I said, "Why do I keep hearing my angel?" And she unlocks her phone. It was her daughter's headstone and the word "my angel."
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes me like every time. So I knew at that moment that her daughter, even though she wasn't able to be with her in a physical form, she joined her on her journey in spiritual form, became her angel, and she still went on to have children.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly. Yeah.
So I really believe that they can help us in a different way.
Right.
And even though it was a loss, there was a spiritual gain and of support that remained with her.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like today's episode is very much for me recognizing my son as an angel,
Right.
but also he represents to me as very male energy, not like a baby. He shows me as a man.
Well, the soul is ancient, Gabby.
That's right.
The soul is ancient.
That's right. Yeah, I feel, and I know he came to me for higher purpose, and I want the mothers and fathers out there who have lost children too early, or through a miscarriage, or a stillbirth, or in my case, a late stage pregnancy that had to be terminated. When you have had those experiences, the only way to meet those moments is through the spiritual lens. The only way to survive those moments is through the spiritual lens. And what Kyle's offering us all right now who have lived that experience is the perception that these children are now our angel guides.
Absolutely. 100%. I believe that so much.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Now, a spirit guide and an angel have a difference, and we've kind of understand this now.
Mm-hmm.
There's the experience where each of us have our own individual guardian angel. We've talked about this on the show, but I'd love to hear your take on this.
Yeah, I believe that all of us have had a divine being, an angel that's been with us since before we were born.
Right.
And this being, we actually remember them. So if anyone's ever felt drawn to an angel, like I really want to know my guardian angel, or I want to learn more about angels, it's because we're tuning into this memory of before. Like we're actually tuning into this moment that we were with them in the heavens. And I believe that the angel is actually with you through lifetimes. So whether you believe in one lifetime or many, I believe it's the same angel that comes with you every single time.
Cool.
And their role is just to continually guide your path, to help you reach where you're feeling called to reach. You see, the angels, they don't have any agenda. They don't have any, like, they have skin in the game, but they're not attached to how it goes for you. They're just going to be with you no matter what. So if you choose a path of light or a path of darkness, they're going to be there. But their whole goal is to remind you of the love that you came from. And that's it. And that's it. And they're going to be with you through those lifetimes, constantly supporting you through them.
I think you just opened a portal because I'm hearing my angel guide, Lily, who I've talked to you about before. Lily is just, she presents as this like beautiful blonde, young, very like 20 something, long blonde hair. She's been with me, I guess, forever. And she's like clapping and she's like, yay, we're finally talking about it in this way. Right. And she's also like, let this be our day to reconnect is what she's saying. And she's saying reconnect in the sense of, you need to talk to me more, Gabby. We need to work together more. And she's always there, as you've said, and she will meet my frequency. But she's speaking directly to me right now and saying that I need to be directing your every move right now.
Right.
She's like, I want to be involved in all of it.
Right.
That's what she's saying to me.
The angels are recruiters.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're out there and they're like, I need you to work with me.
That's right.
And so when people experience this feeling of angels are coming up, I'm seeing the feathers, I'm seeing the signs, I'm having these experiences, often people are like, what are they trying to say? And it's actually them saying, hey, we want to be a bigger part of your life. You know, we don't have a fixed agenda of how that looks, but we want to be part of your world. Because the angels know that when they're in your frequency, when they're in your life, you can actually start to do what I call God's work. You know, you can start to make this world a better place.
That's right.
You know, and right now we're in this kind of container where the world needs more people to be connected.
That's why I know I'm hearing her in this way. And she's almost like, I orchestrated this conversation to make this connection now, is what she's saying to me. Because what she's saying is that my work is to do God's work. All of our work is to do God's work.
Right.
I've been really disconnected. I've been working hard to stay in alignment. Right. So I haven't been like living in the light. I've had a lot of pulls out, but awareness of going back, right? And awareness of clearing to get to full direction.
Yeah. I know that this was orchestrated because, as you know, after this, I'm going on a trip.
Yes.
And we had the whole schedule together. But the only thing we didn't book was our outbound flights. And we booked this like last year. And I was like, why am I not to book the flights? Like, I kept being told, don't book the flights, don't book the flights. And then it all just lined up that you were going to be here and that we're going to the same...
We're flying to Portugal the same day.
Yeah, it's great. You know, but I knew that this was supposed to be, that we were supposed to have this conversation.
Yeah, and then we pretty much whipped this up pretty quickly recently.
Very quick.
That is so wild, babe.
Angel team and ground team.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I think that the message of feeling that I was recognizing that I was feeling blocked, I know that a lot of people feel blocked and they are knowing that they're blocking that frequency. How do people block their angels?
I think the reason that most of us block the angels off is because there's a part of us that doesn't feel worthy of the love that they bring to our lives. And that was another big moment for me. I remember being in Toronto a few years ago and I was doing a talk on angels, and this woman came up to me and she was from a religious background, and she said, hey, I've always felt repulsed by the idea of angels. And I was like, repulsed? That's such a strong emotion. And she said, yeah, do you know why? And I was like, why is she repulsed by angels? And the angels responded really directly. He said, because she wasn't ready for the love that we bring. And I was like, the reason that you're so repulsed by your angels is because there was a part of you that never felt ready for this unconditional love. And she started to get choked up and emotional. And I said, the reason that you can welcome them into your life today is because you've actually started to see yourself in a new light. Yeah. You've actually started to do this work of removing all these layers and peeling away all this shame that you've had about yourself in your life. And now the angels can come through.
Believe it or not, you're speaking directly to me right now.
Most people have shame for different reasons. You know, there's a part of us all that wishes we did things differently at certain stages in our life, but we would never be who we are today unless we went through what we went through.
We've had to live these assignments.
Right. And this is where the angels meet us. They're actually like, hey, this is the stuff that we love. These are the things that we love. These are the things that we want to help you move through. This is what allow the angels to move in. When we're seeking grace in our life, they're like, we're ready.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm living in this moment.
Yeah.
So this is what I need to know from you. What are the 4 qualities that we need to connect to our angels?
So this is one of the things that I've found is that when we connect with angels, we can do it through prayer, we can do it through invitation. But I've also noticed that if we can be in the same vibration as angels, we'll actually just attract them rather than ask them into our lives.
Okay.
So there's 4 frequencies or 4 vibrations connected to the angels. You'll know them. The first one is authenticity. When we just start to live truthfully, whether that means owning who we are, owning what we've done, owning a part of ourselves that we've been disconnected from, as soon as we come into authenticity, whether it feels positive or negative, that doesn't matter to the angels. As soon as we own it, authentic truth, the angels come in. They just love anything to do with truth because that's what they emanate from, the truth. Right? So anything to do with authenticity. And if there's a part of you that's holding back from sharing something that's really valuable, or it helps you get closer to feeling connected to what you're supposed to be doing in your life, as soon as you own your truth, the angels will come closer. That's it. How good is that? Like the moment that we're being truthful in a relationship, our angels come in and rally around us.
Right.
The moment we tell our boss that they're being too hard to work for, the angels come rallying in. How good is that?
It's
just
so good.
simple.
It's so good.
So the moment that we own the authenticity, the next one is service. Any act of service magnetizes angels towards you.
Wow.
Angels love when we share without seeking reward.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as we step into the energy of service, we're actually matching them.
Yeah.
Because angels, they give and they never look to receive. So as soon as you do anything as an act of service, and that doesn't have to be, you know, a big, gigantic charitable giving. It could also just be asking someone on the bus, hey, how you doing today?
You just really locked something in for me. I think this is why I love to talk to people randomly because it makes me feel angels.
Right.
I'll always be like, you look so good, honey. Or, you know, how can I help you out? Or can I get you a coffee? Like I like to buy strangers coffees. Or there was a homeless man on the street and I didn't have any pounds on me and I was sitting in London and I handed him my water bottle, like a bottle that hadn't been opened. I was like, please drink this. Like I like to just give. And I think it's very much, to give, but also very selfish because it feels so good.
Yeah.
Because the angels are like, we're here.
And service can also just be in the question.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah.
You know, just to be recognized and to be seen, that is also a service. You know, how many people have been walked past and ignored?
It's one of the biggest services.
Right.
It's a smile.
So just to be seen and to be recognized.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. All right.
Yeah. So when you're
service.
seeing others, angels are seeing you.
Yeah. Great.
So service, just any act of service. The other one is devotion. You know, like sharing like devotion, whether that be like praising your version of the divine, being grateful to be connected to a higher power. Any music of worship, it doesn't matter what tradition it's from. I remember I went to Bahrain in the Middle East to work with this family and they had Islamic music playing in their home all day long. And as soon as I walked into the hallway, there was just like angels everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, we play this music all day long. You know, I've seen it in Christian churches. I've seen it in Hindu temples in India. Angels everywhere. As soon as there's a form of devotion happening, kirtan, singing, chanting, angels are there.
I think that's why I love Kundalini music so much.
Oh my goodness.
I know it is.
Yeah, it's because it's so like from the heart.
Yeah.
And in devotion.
Yeah.
So
or really any form of chanting I love.
Any chanting, like Gregorian monks, like amazing.
Yeah.
Enya.
Enya, exactly. Enya.
Yeah, so like any form of devotion. And that's why I always tell people, have an altar in your home. It doesn't have to be like a huge space. Put some photos of loved ones on it, maybe your favorite crystal, like your intentions, your prayer.
Yeah.
So we've got authenticity, we've got service, we've got devotion, and the last one's love. It might seem simple, but I'm speaking about the love that is love, the unconditional love, the loving someone no matter what love.
Yep.
And that could be just like showing up for your child when they're going through a really hard time and you really want them to change and you really want them to be someone different, but just loving them for who they are and where they are.
Yeah.
That love. And that's the love of the angels. The angels will love us no matter what. You know, that day I had that woman in my office who murdered her partner and she wanted to know if she was going to hell or not. even though she was already in hell in her mind and in her heart, the angels loved her no matter what. Because if we could tune into and feel the love the angels have for us and express it in the world, we wouldn't be making those decisions in the first place. Right? So when we love without condition and we reach that love out to everyone and anyone, then the angels will come into our vibration.
Right.
So angels are not just responding to our free will. They're responding to our vibration, our energy, how we hold ourselves and how we express ourselves in the world. And I've found that if we can match it, even unconsciously, we'll actually invite them into our life, and we give them permission to start weaving their way in and guiding us and showing us and helping us and healing us.
When we look into our child's eyes and we just feel that rush of love, or when we smile at a stranger, or when we forgive someone in the moment and we do some kind of act of service. But this episode is about consciously connecting to the angels.
Right.
So the question I want to ask my audience right now is, what's one small thing you can do in the service of another? What's one devotional thing you can do today? A prayer or a deep meditation? What's one act of love? What's one thing you can do to be more authentic today?
Right.
What are those answer those 4 questions in the comments below. What's one thing you can do that makes you more authentic today? What's one act of service you can take today? And remember, that's just even smiling at a stranger. What's one act of spiritual devotion, angelic devotion that you can do today? One of that could just be simply doing the meditation that we do with Kyle now. And then one experience or act of love that you can do today.
Yeah. Where has your love not reached?
Where has your love not reached? Ooh, these are the 4 steps to connect to your angels. Oh God, Kyle, it's so good. It's so good.
Simple as well.
Simplicity is the whole thing.
Right. Because I think when you first come into the spiritual world and you hear people speaking to angels, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to pay someone $4,000 to open my third eye.
Right.
No.
Right.
All you need to do is let your heart open. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. To yourself as well.
Yeah. Hold the vibration, Kyle. Hold the vibration. I have a quick break we need to take. I just want to take a moment to hear from our excellent sponsors who make it possible for us to do these episodes and deliver them to you for free every single week. Let's take a break and hear from our sponsors. I'm in a season where I want my wellness routine to feel simple, intentional, and supportive. Not a million steps, not a stack of things that I forget to take. This is so annoying when you're just like, how many pills can I take in a day, or supplements or whatever? It's so annoying. And that's why I'm so excited about AG1 Pro. This is a product that I've been using for 100 years. I've literally been an AG1 adopter from the very beginning. And AG1 Pro is back. And last month it sold out in 24 hours. So I really don't want you to wait to try it. If you're already taking creatine separately or juggling multiple supplements to cover your bases, AG1 Pro brings it together in one simple routine. And it gives you everything in AG1, the next gen, plus creatine and additional ingredients to provide support for muscle preservation, advanced gut health for less than $1 per serving, all in one daily health drink. And I love it because my mornings feel easier and more intentional. It's just this simple move. Just get the pack and I stick with it. And this is just such a powerful practice for just giving yourself what you need. And it's just an intentional practice as well. I incorporate AG1 in my routine every single day. So visit drinkag1.com/Gabby to get a free AG1 Pro Yeti shaker in your AG1 Pro welcome kit. That's drinkag1.com/Gabby. Let me tell you, I love the Yeti shaker. You are going to love this. This episode of Dear Gabby is brought to you by Alloy Health. Dealing with menopause alone, ladies, oh my God, I'm sorry. Don't deal with it alone. I'm going to hold your hand through this. It's not just you. Almost 50% of women wait 3 or more years before seeking relief from menopause symptoms. I couldn't wait 1 minute because I was literally sweating on the floor. And this is it. It's got hot flashes, awful sleep, brain fog, mood swings. Some women do not know where to start, and some ask their doctor and they feel dismissed, which is absolutely criminal. It is criminal. Menopause is real. It happens, and the suffering doesn't have to. I hear from so many women who feel like they've just not been themselves, the sleepless nights. When I tell you guys, it was a spiritual shakedown when I went through menopause. I'm 46 and a half, almost 47, and I went through menopause at 45, people. I literally didn't know what was happening, and then when I did, I got help. And that is why Alloy Health exists. Alloy was built by women who dealt with it all, and it is an all-in-one platform that connects you to board-certified menopause specialists, physicians, and proven effective treatments. And care can start in hours, not weeks. Treatment comes in the format that works best for you: the patch, the pill, the spray, the gel, personalized for your symptoms, your history, your routine. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing, people. You need the care, and you need a menopause expert by your side. So join the 95% of women who tried Alloy and saw relief in the first 2 weeks. Head to myalloy.com and use code Gabby. Your menopause specialized doctor will tailor your treatment to your exact needs. Plus, you get unlimited messaging with your doctor. Head to myalloy, myalloy.com, and use code Gabby to get $20 off. Okay, let's talk about something real. In a long-term relationship, intimacy can become one thing that you'll just sort of throw down, kick it down the road, kick it down the can, and, kind of slows down. But life does not slow down. And there's work, parenting, schedule, stress, all the things that we have to do. Women, we go through so much, we hold so much. And that is why I am excited to talk to you guys about Arya. Arya is here to turn up the heat in your bedroom. Arya is an intimacy membership for couples, bringing your spark back with a personal intimacy concierge and curated products. And what I love about Arya is that it takes the pressure off. You don't have to come up with every idea or make intimacy feel exciting when you've tried. Arya helps couples reconnect in a way that feels really guided and playful. And they send you this really awesome package. We tried the massage oil candle, and honest to God, guys, it was like an instant reset button for my nervous system. I know that women, we need to actually regulate our nervous system before we can actually get turned on. And so having this body oil relaxation was just such an important step for me. And melting away that physical tension made me just so much more receptive and unwind, leave the stress of the day at the door. It just helped me get present with my husband. And between that warm oil and the scent and the curated playlist they included, we actually put our phones away and slowed down in this evening moment. You start with a short quiz to find your erotic persona, and each month Arya sends you a new scene, a curated experience designed around the two of you. You also get a personal intimacy concierge that each of you can message privately. People are loving it. Right now, Arya is offering our listeners $10 off your first month at getarya.com/Gabby. This offer is only for our podcast listeners, so use my link to get this discount. Get Arya with a Y, get ARYA.com/Gabby, Gabby, for $10 off your first month. That's getarya.com/Gabby. This episode's all about raising our vibration to connect to our angels. But what if we have a situation, a person, or a circumstance in our life that just is really lowering our vibration?
Right.
What do we do?
I mean, that's a difficult one. I don't even know how to answer that when I think about it. I feel like the important thing is that sometimes the best way through is lament. Is actually just like a cry for help. Like, I have reached my rock bottom.
Yep.
And I do not know how to get out of this, and I need you to come in for me. Because I think we're so focused on being positive and thinking about the best thing, the best outcome all the time, that we actually deny ourselves of the experience of feeling a raw emotion, whether that be sad, overwhelmed, angry, frustrated. I think that we sometimes need to get into that deep place of lament, of like, I do not know how to get through this. And actually, when we let that come through us, we're actually allowing our angels to witness us in our truest form.
Authenticity.
Yeah, they need us to be authentic. So if that is pain, and like really letting that through, that's why I always tell people to get a therapist, because when you go to therapy, your angels are with you.
Yeah, and angels work through therapists.
Absolutely.
I've seen so many beautiful sparks of light behind therapists when I've worked with them.
100%. Yeah. And I honestly think that so many people are so fixated on trying to be positive for the divine that it blocks the divine seeing them in their realness.
Woo! Ha! People have been so obsessed with seeing the divine and hearing the divine that it's that they've blocked the divine from seeing them.
Yeah,
in
or
their
they want to
realness.
look good for the divine. Like, is my
Yeah.
hair good enough for the divine?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no. You know, like,
Yes.
you can just be in your pain and they'll meet you there.
I think that's why they're coming easily for me so easily right now, because I was actually even saying to Jessica, who's our producer and working with us here today this morning, I said, I'm sorry if I've been such a bitch lately, but I'm just so angry about one specific situation. But I was like, but angry is really good. I was like, rage is so much better than despair.
Well, it shows you care about whatever you're trying to do.
And you know what you don't want, and you're not going to go for it anymore. And I've been in that anger and that rage, really inviting in unconsciously actually inviting in support because
Right.
I'm being authentically pissed off.
Right. And
Right?
I think that's it. Like we are so fixated on being positive light beings all the time that we're actually denying ourselves the human experience of full emotions. Yeah. You know, and I look at some of the greatest like mystics of time gone past, and I see all of them in these moments of what they call the dark night of the soul. Yeah. You know, and the dark night of the soul is actually like a holding space for the light to enter once more. You know, like we need the lights to go out in order to see the light.
You have so many good mic drop moments.
I just spend too much time reading other people's books. Like, that's what it is.
This is all you, baby. This is all you and your angels.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
it's
because
so
there
good.
was this guy called St. John of the Cross who wrote the book, The Dark Night of the Soul, and he called it luminant darkness. Because it was like the moment that the lights went out was actually the opportunity for the light to come in once more. And he saw these moments of anguish, of fear, of pain as these moments that were actually being purified.
Totally.
You know,
Yes.
so that we can hold the light once more.
That's right.
So sometimes your cup will empty,
Yeah.
so it can fill to overflowing.
And I think that there's different stages of
Yeah.
of elevation, spiritual elevation,
Mhm.
but they follow stages of grief.
Right.
So we have these rock bottom moments and then we break up to the light. We have another rock bottom moment. We wake up
Right.
to the light. And it's not that we have to be the victim of these bottoms. They're actually, the wound is the place where the light enters you, as Rumi said. The wounds that we experience are the moments when the light enters.
Yeah.
And the more we crack, the more we crack, the more we crack, the more we awaken.
Right.
No, before we do our meditation, just want to hear from your angels if there's a message that's coming through for this community specifically, because this is a community of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands now of people that come watch these videos week over week. They love the angel videos. There's obviously a strong call for angels because they're some of our most widely viewed videos, okay, and audios. What do you feel is coming through? Because I have a sense of it, but I want to hear from you and your guides and your angels. What do you feel is coming through for this specific community right now?
Well, I just keep hearing this over and over again. It was on my way here and I said it to you at the start. There are graces that you have not yet asked for. And I think that so many of us are so fixated on a particular thing, you know, like an outcome or where things are going. But there's things in our life that could be better that we don't even know how to ask for. And so one of the things that I feel called to share right now is that in your life, whatever you're going through, whatever you're being faced with, there are graces available to you that you have not yet asked for. And sometimes we just need to say, dear angels, I am willing to receive the graces that I have not yet asked for.
Dear angels, I am willing to receive the graces that I have not yet asked for. I just said it.
It feels good.
It feels awesome, man.
Yeah, because graces just like reach the places and the kind of the nooks and crannies, if that's Scottish, I'm not sure. But, you know, like the parts of our lives that we don't know could be better, could be more miraculous, could be more aligned, could be more authentic.
Yeah, things could be better.
You know, and there's parts that we're like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing that I needed in my life. You know, and this is where the angels can come in. They can show us the potential and the places that we can reach. And they're rooting for us the entire time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel the graces don't always show up as an outcome. It's actually divine guidance.
Yeah.
This is the greatest gift our angels can give us, is actually just guiding us from within. And that feeling of, oh, I didn't even know I was supposed to do that. Or maybe there's something that you're already hearing over and over and over again, and you're scared to do it. You're
Or
putting
you
it
don't
off.
believe, your human experience doesn't believe it's possible.
Right.
I feel Lily going like this. Okay. So she's like, "Da, da, da, da." It's never been this vocal for me, but it's because you're here and this is the conversation. She's saying, give them permission to be be open to receive the wisdom. We don't necessarily believe that we are, you said earlier, worthy of receiving this type of guidance, but we also have lack of faith that it's even there.
Right.
The experience that we want you to have is what this collective energy is speaking to me. The experience that we want you to have today with Kyle's guidance is the experience of knowing and feeling the divine love of the angels. In this experience of knowing and feeling, we hope and we expect that you'll walk away from this today with an unshakable faith, which is what I'm writing, unshakable faith that the angels are always with you. Let this be your turning point. Let this be the light switch that goes on. Let this be the moment that you decide and know that your angels are with you all the time.
Right.
And you can experience it now.
And it's a one voice.
Yeah.
I think about, your origin story when you heard that voice of God telling you that you needed to change. That Holy Spirit. I can just feel like all the angels came in, and it was the most simple thing. They didn't ask like big, massive, radical change. They just said one step. And that's how the angels work. When they come into our lives, they're going to say, do this, or it'll be one step that we need to take. And the ego, it will start running with the plan. It's like, how's that going to happen? How am I going to fix that? How am I going to make the finances balance?
Yeah.
The angels don't work like that. They're just going to give you one step. Because the truth is, if they show you the final outcome, first of all, you might not even believe that that's possible.
Yeah.
And hey, we're working with angels. They work with the miraculous, right? Yeah. They run with miracles. They can't tell you the outcome. So they're not, you might be scared of that, or you might be frightened that if you do this, everything will change, right? And that's another thing. If I do this, everything's going to be changed. Yeah. Everything's going to change. So I feel that when we just action that first step, the angels will handle the next. And that's where faith has to come into the whole equation. Faith is an important aspect of working with the angels and working with the divine. They are trusting in our capacity to make changes happen, and we need to be able to trust in theirs.
I feel like faith comes through experience.
Right.
And that's what I want you to...
It's a muscle, isn't it?
It is. And it's also just a full-blown immersion and experience. And so to close this episode, I want you to give us the experience, which I know you can. It's a full transmission. They're showing me that people are going to walk away in tears from this video, because whatever is delivered through you now will give us the full-blown experience, the full-bodied experience that our angels are with us now.
Right.
Are you ready to do that?
Yeah, I want to say one thing as a lead into this is that earlier on I spoke about my angel. And that's the most important thing I want to give to everyone here right now. It's just my angel. Because not everyone's lucky enough to have heard the angel's name or know their presence or how they look. But if you can just hang on to my angel, that is your vibration.
My angel.
By just saying my angel, you're actually calling them in. So don't be fixated on their name. I know names for angels, but I just use my angel now.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah. So let's rub our palms together. And I want you to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Take a big deep breath in. Let it all go. And just repeat after me. I call upon the presence of my angel. My angel. Take a deep breath in. Let it all go. I am willing to experience the presence of my angel. My angel. Big inhale. Big exhale. I am willing to feel the presence of my angel. My angel. Big breath in. Big exhale. You do not have to see your angel or hear your angel to know that they are there. Instead, allow yourself to feel your angel. To feel is one of the greatest gifts that was given to you by the divine. And it might just be a sense of warmth, a tingle, or the feeling of a presence with you. But know this presence is all love, radiating the energy of authenticity, the energy of service, devotion, and unconditional love. and with the presence of your angel with you right now. Be open to one step that you need to take that will bring you closer to your truth. And it doesn't have to be anything difficult. Just one step. And once you've received that, you share the magic words. Thank you, angels. There are angels on your left, angels on your right, angels before you, behind you, above and below you, holding you in a sacred and safe space for you to action the call of your soul. And when you do so, you open your life to the graces that you have not yet asked for. Thank you, angels. And so it is.
So it is.
And when you're ready, emerge.
Wow, they were loud and clear, Kyle.
Well, it feels good to know the angels are here.
Yeah.
That
And it
my
was
angel,
loud.
that my angel thing is the best thing I've ever. It's like it turns on the walkie-talkie of the heart, and we just hear the angels.
Well, one thing that you said to me last night at dinner was you said, I've only had 2 medium, psychic readings in my life, you said.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's so cool because it means that you're just listening all the time.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
just hearing it all the time. You don't need a medium to give you, you are the medium. But a lot of times mediums can't even hear for themselves.
Right.
And so you're just living with the angels.
Yeah,
You're just living in
100%.
direction.
There's no place I go without calling in the angels.
Babe.
And I do it like unapologetically out loud in front of people.
Yeah. Unapologetically out loud in front of people, which is why I know that they're experiencing the deliverance of the angels today, right?
Right.
You're delivering that experience to people. Also just being in your unapologetic knowing,
Right.
your unshakable faith.
Yeah.
Wow, friends. Wow. This is your experience. I hope that Kyle's certainty has the experience for you of borrowing the benefit of his certainty and knowing that when you are in the experience of someone's deep devotion, that's a reflection of your own. This is going to go down as one of my favorite episodes. I love you so much.
Love you. Thank you for having me.
We're doing more. Got more with Kyle. Well, guys, I know that you experienced as much divine love that I experienced through this conversation. Just being in Kyle's presence, and the same way you have, even though it's through a screen, you've been in his presence today, has a healing effect on us. That's why I love my guests, because their presence alone can heal. And the presence of his angels and your angels and the collective angels and guides of this community is what heals us. So I want to express my love and my gratitude to you and just thank you for being part of this community. If you've made it all the way through to the end of this video, make sure you subscribe so that you don't ever miss any of these episodes. You've made it all the way here. Don't miss the miracles. Just subscribe and keep us connected. There's a book that Kyle wrote. He has several books, but this one is the one for you today. It's Angels Are With You Now. Angels Are With You Now. I've linked to it in the description, but I've also linked to it right below this video. So you just have to click that little link and it's yours. Go grab Angels Are With You Now because this conversation has sparked something within you. Keep it going. Don't lose it. Stay connected. And if you love this show and you love this experience, join me live. Dear Guides Live in New York City, November 21st. Tickets are going very fast. So make sure you go to deargabby.com/Dear Guides Live. We've got Radley Valentine. We have my beautiful friend, Rebecca Rosen and Marianne DeMarco, the mediums, angel mediums, all coming together on the stage live with me in New York City on November 21st. Go to deargabby.com/Dear Guides Live. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm so proud of you for being part of this community. If you love this episode, then you're not going to want to miss my episode with Radley Valentine on connecting with your guardian angel. Check it out here.